These are the virtues of mothers, I know. Mothers, no matter what culture or what religion or what geographical location, they exude the same commitment, passion, and they are often very enterprising as well. Mothers are courageously selfless and easily self-effacing. She's okay to remain behind the scene and quietly say, "Thank you, God. Thank you. To God be the glory." As I was writing this sermon, I looked at my wife and I said, "Next Sunday, you'll be somewhere in the big stadium when your son comes up to get his gold diploma. You will say in silence, 'Thank God. To God be the glory.'" Because when he was young, we never thought he will even finish high school. We never thought he will eventually, we concocted a plan to send him to California from Illinois, hoping that he would straighten up and go to college. And then we sent him here, and in the beginning, it wasn't going well. He was getting a lot of traffic tickets. And he would, because his license was Chicago, our own address. And California, traffic bills are not cheap. And sometime we would get his picture dragged through a red light. He would deny it. He would say, "We have the picture in front of us. You didn't go through it." We never thought he would really finish his college. We came to his graduation just elated. We never thought he would one day come to us and say, "I'm going to study law." You are? And he sat down to study LSAT. And he is graduating next week. And I'm sure Helen will stand somewhere in the stadium somewhere, and she will say, "Thanks be to God. To God be the glory." That is a mother's strength. As far as I know, you don't have to teach mothers to be strong. They may look weak or seem weak, but they know how to be brave. Last week, when Navy SEALs penetrated Osama bin Laden's fortified compound and entered the bedroom, it was his young wife who shielded him. At least that is what the news says, right? She was not afraid. Nobody told her to shield that man. But she was the one who stood in front of him and shielded him from the Navy SEALs. When at night there is door knocks in Nagaland, where I'm from, it is always mothers who prayerfully opens the door and negotiates with gun-toting renegades. Yeah. If man shows up, because sometimes men are stupidly, they want to exude their power, and then as they open the door, they just shoot them. But mothers are willing to sit down and negotiate with this extortionist. When my father was assigned to outposts where there was no roads for a vehicle to come close to the Burma border, my brother and I used to see a lot of wild buffalo calves running around. One day, my big brother and I thought, wouldn't that not be nice to have this young calf as a pet? And he said, yeah. I said, well, let's go and get him. So one day, he and I went to the grazing area and grabbed a young calf. And we carried him like this, and we were bringing him to the house. And pretty soon, we hear somebody really galloping, charging us. We had to drop this young calf and run for our lives. It was the barbed wires that saved our lives that afternoon. Yeah, we saw, as we turned and looked, we saw a ferocious, angry, head-waving mother charging us. And it's not pretty. You have to drop your jubilant hands and drop the calf and run for your life. Just picture that. Yeah. We had to quickly crawl down the barbed wires, and that saved our lives that afternoon. Yeah. And so, fathers, men, boys, we don't have to teach our mothers how to be brave. They have in them God-given courage. Right? You have in you. Mothers learn early on to pray regardless of what faith tradition you represent. They have unshakable spirituality. Mothers trust in God very early on in their pregnancy They know a miracle is taking place in their womb. And they partner with God to bring a new life into the world. This is the kind of resiliency every mothers have, regardless of your religion, race, or geography. That is a mother's strength. Mothers' instincts are superb. They can smell it when something is not right at home. She might just walk in and say, "Now who can tell me what's going on?" Right? Or she will say, "Would you tell me something? Would you tell me now what's going on? Right now? Who's going to volunteer?" Right? Mothers know it. But she can also let her mascara down and let, when mothers allow the tears roll down their eyes, it doesn't matter how thick the mascara is. They are willing to show their care, compassion, sympathy, empathy, and grace, regardless of who you are. I found a short script, a short video, a couple of minutes. And it is not just human mothers, even animal mothers, just like the buffalo story I talked to you about. Watch this video. It is, you don't need words, just look at the picture and you will agree with me that is true. There's a dog with puppies, but those are not puppies. Those are kittens.
Maximize. Dito sa pinaka-screen mismo.
The shelter home, 5 kittens. You know what to do? Go to the shelter, and this mother dog decided to raise these 5 kittens. They're seeing. She's taking care of them.